Hi Leo, how's it going? I hope you're doing awesome today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I'm doing a Celtic cross spread for you. It's a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. This is 10 card Celtic cross spread with one overall advice card at the very end, okay? So the top left, we're starting with the Seven of Pentacles, and it came out reversed. That just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit when a card comes out reversed. Your first card represents your current situation, and this card is saying that you're experiencing disappointment or failure in some enterprise. Financial difficulties, usually the result of unwise monetary decisions, may be causing you some concern. If this resonates, then Spirit is saying it's time to take responsibility for how you use money. What's crossing you, or what's challenging you or your situation, or it could be what you're celebrating, is the Nine of Swords, and it came out reversed again, your second card. So this card is this card shows intense mental anguish. So it's telling me that it's time for you to examine belief systems that no longer apply to your life and that are standing in the way of your progress. Spirit is saying that you're suffering because you refuse to face the cause of your problems. Honesty is called for if you're to resolve your situation. Okay? And then your third card is another, is a major arcana. It's the Hierophant. And this card represents your foundation, the basis of your situation or foundation. And this card is saying that an authority is active in your life, whether it's in a religious, philosophical, social, or other capacity. And you feel a great deal of loyalty to this tradition or group. You choose to live in accordance with the beliefs you share with it. Maybe you aspire to become a leader, or you have a close relationship with the leader. There may also be a judgmental quality involved. And sometimes this card can suggest challenges or limitations of a spiritual nature. You've chosen a religion or a philosophy to guide your life. And sometimes this card can indicate a need to disentangle yourself from such an association. Because the Hierophant symbolizes any organized institution. It could be religious, philosophical, educational, spiritual, some kind of organized institution that exerts authority over its followers or participants. It's a kind of mind control. A lot of times these groups insist that their way is the only way, that theirs is the absolute truth. And when the Hierophant shows up in a reading, it's saying a choice is being presented to you. So at this stage of your spiritual development, you're challenged to remain a follower or to break out and find your own individual path. The Hierophant is asking you if you are going to continue to depend on an outside authority, or will you learn to think for yourself? The answer is yours alone, but what you decide will affect the rest of your life. And then the fourth card is the Six of Pentacles, and this card it came out reversed, and this card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. So this card is saying that you need to recoup after a period of loss and confusion. You want to help others, but you don't have the means, and that makes you unhappy. You may be required to find a lifestyle that will create a sense of security for you so that you can find peace of mind. And then your fifth card, it represents your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life. And you got the High Priestess reversed. Again, extra protection from Spirit. So the High Priestess is saying that something within you is seeking recognition. You may have been neglecting your true purpose, although at a deep level you're aware that motivation is stirring to make a change. You might be keeping this situation private for now, not wanting others to know about it. Those around you may notice you seem vague or not quite yourself, but that's okay. Just ignore them. You're in the process of manifesting spiritual fulfillment and well-being. Okay? And then your sixth card is the Knight of Swords, and it came out upright. The Knight of Swords is either you, someone in your life, or a situation. This card represents the outcome that you desire most in your situation. Okay? So, and again, this is either you, someone in your life, or it could be a situation. Knights are messengers. And this knight might be bringing some bad news that relates to you personally or to someone close to you. There's some kind of conflict going on, usually of a mental nature. There could be substantial differences of opinion around you, with angry messages being sent and received. If this knight is not a person, you may be so focused on your intellectual pursuits that you're neglecting other facets of your life. Or maybe you're expressing your ideas too forcefully and antagonizing the opposition. Diplomacy may be called for. And then your seventh card represents your self-image, how you see yourself. And you got the Three of Cups reversed. Still a positive card, even though it came out reversed, but this card is saying that the gratification that you're getting may be more sensual than deeply emotional. This card is saying you're still going to enjoy success, but your achievements may be in small things. And then your eighth card is the Moon, Pisces energy. And this card represents your environment or how others see you and your situation. So the Moon reversed. Spirit is saying that your soul is calling for help, trying to get your attention. You may have been ignoring your lunar needs. self-nurturance, artistic expression, and receptivity. The demands of the day, the masculine side, are overwhelming you, and you need time out to reconnect with your feminine side. You've allowed the pressures of the outside world to throw you out of balance. You feel disconnected from your true self. It's time that you rest and reflect, okay? And then your hopes and fears, what you hope for, and or fear the most in your situation. And you got the 9 of Wands, and it came out reversed. So your hopes and fears, what you hope for and or fear the most. What is this card telling me? You may be fighting a losing battle. If so, it's time to cut your losses and get out. Whatever it is, it's over. And if it hasn't worked out for you, then move on to something else. Learn whatever lessons you can from the failure and know that the wheel is always turning. And then your last card is the Queen of Swords, and this card represents the outcome if all is to remain as is. The Queen of Swords is either you, someone in your life, or a situation. She represents a single or independent, and it could be a man or a woman in a general reading like this. This is someone with authority and power, with impressive intellectual or communicative abilities. Could be a writer, a professor, a lawyer, a minister, a business person, a scholar. This is someone who's endured a painful loss, but she draws upon her willpower and experience to continue on her path. And if she doesn't represent you or someone in your life, she could indicate that you're going through a difficult experience, which will open new opportunities for positive growth. Okay? And then your the overall advice card is the 3 of Wands reversed. The overall advice for this reading. You're doing most of the work on an internal level, clarifying your needs, planning your sense of direction. You've resolved most of the problems connected to the situation or enterprise and have negotiated the tricky parts. Now you can expect things to go smoothly when you do go public with your ideas. Leo, you're dealing with a reevaluation of effort, belief systems, and control versus clarity. Something you've invested in is no longer giving returns. The 7 of Pentacles reversed for your current situation, it's all about impatience, frustration, or feeling like effort is wasted. The 9 of Swords in your challenge position, the 9 of Swords reverse, it's about mental overwhelm, easing. Mental overwhelm easing, but still lingering anxiety or avoidance of truth. Your foundation message, the Hierophant, Again, a strong influence of tradition or rules or authority or doing what's expected. The past card is the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is about imbalance, unfair giving or receiving, feeling used or unsupported. And then the High Priestess reversed that for your near future. This is all about confusion, ignored intuition, or secrets coming out. Your desired outcome, the Knight of Swords, is fast action, truth, the truth being spoken bluntly, or decisive change. For your self-image, the Three of Cups reversed. This is a card about social withdrawal, feeling disconnected from friends or community. Your environment, the Moon reversed. Illusions are fading. The truth is being exposed around you. The Nine of Wands reversed for your hopes and fears. You fear of burnout or giving up after being exhausted. And then the long-term outcome, the Queen of Swords. This is clarity, independence, emotional detachment, and truth over comfort. The advice, Three of Wands reversed, delays, blocked expansion, or needing to rethink plans before pushing forward. So you're moving from confusion, imbalance, and burnout toward clarity, truth, and emotional detachment. But right now, progress is blocked because you're either forcing direction or ignoring your intuition. If you want resolution, then stop pushing forward blindly and start cutting through denial or outdated expectations. You might be stuck in imbalance and confusion, needing the truth or clarity and a reset of direction. So that is your reading, Leo. Thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for you today. I'm sending you lots of love and strength. Take good care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.